What's one thing the world needs that Operation Smile can provide? It's simple: smiles. I'm here to tell you about Operation Smile and why they are an organization that's worthy of your support. Now, Operation Smile is an amazing movement that benefits children who are in need of cleft palate surgeries. Operation Smile addresses the needs of these people. They also can help you if you support them. And the world without Operation Smile would be pretty grim. There's also a couple ways in which you can support Operation Smile, which I'll get back to at the end of the speech. Now, I want to start off with talking about how Operation Smile needs your help and helps others. Operation Smile actually educates mothers and families about cleft palates. And thanks to Nardine and Silvestri Rangel's article called Current Concepts of the Cleft Palate in the Oral and Implantology Journal, we know that cleft palate is actually the most common malformation in the world. And also thanks to J.F. Becerra and his work in the Journal of Oral Diseases, we know that the smoking of tobacco or drugs and drinking of alcohol actually increases the likeliness of your child having cleft palate immensely. Now, these are types of factors that Operation Smile is trying to educate future mothers on, and this is actually a big part of their focus, because when you educate mothers on the factors that go into cleft palates, you erase cleft palate altogether. Another thing that Operation Smile works hard to erase is the lack of facilities throughout the world. Now, Stuart Barclay, in his study in the JAMA Facial Plastic Surgery Journal, found that there are over 72,000 untreated cases of cleft palate in India alone right now. And it's due to the lack of infrastructure in countries such as India. And this is actually Operation Smile's main goal, is to create this infrastructure. Infrastructure needed to build clinics and build relationships between patients and doctors. Now, to do this, they need money. Now, money is hard to come by when it comes to being a nonprofit organization. Nguyen and Broussard's study in the Cleft Palate and Craniofacial Journal found that cleft palate surgeries are very expensive, ranging between $2,500 to $3,500 per surgery, and that's just overseas, and it skyrockets in other places. Now, the cost of the surgeries are entirely footed by Operation Smile, which is why they need donations. They build the clinics, they pay the doctors, and they pay for the surgeries themselves, with donations from people like you and me. Now, I know that supporting an organization such as Operation Smile might feel like a hassle, but it can actually benefit you. It could potentially help your children, it could potentially help you in the future. Now, they're trying to build clinics across the United States so people here also have the opportunity to get cleft palate surgeries when they're needed, by building them in every major city across the United States. So you don't have to pay thousands of dollars to travel to visit a specialist. Now, it's nice to have these clinics because any person can have a child with a cleft palate. It doesn't matter who you are. Now, another thing that you wouldn't think of is actually when you volunteer, it can boost your mental health. Now, thanks to Pollard's study in the Medical Physics Journal, he found that when you volunteer or you donate, it actually gives you an endorphin in your brain that kind of is like an attaboy. It tells you, good job, you did something right, you helped others. And this can change your life simply by helping others. Another big reason to support Operation Smile is when you think about what the world would be like without them. Now, children would lose the opportunity, and families would lose the chance to provide the surgery for their children. There would be a worldwide spread of malpractice when it comes to cleft palate surgeries, which is actually Operation Smile's focus, which is to get rid of the malpractice, because children who are malpracticed on develop diseases as well as symptoms of other diseases after these bad surgeries. So a world without Operation Smile creates sickness, less smiles, and isn't worth living in. Now, Operation Smile can really use our help, your help and mine. This child right here is a fact that Operation Smile works. He's a shining example. And you can do this in a couple of ways. You can donate, which actually is tax deductible if you're not a United States citizen, which is nice. Or you can volunteer, which is made super easily by having clinics in major cities already across the United States, so you can travel there and help. Or if you're very invested, you can go overseas and help these people at the source by educating or building the clinics themselves. Now, I explained a little bit about how Operation Smile addresses the needs of others, how it can benefit you, what the world would even be like without them, and also how you can help them. But I actually now challenge you and ask you to help me help you make a change by supporting Operation Smile and providing the smiles and surgeries, and especially the confidence for these children to live their lives. Now, Operation Smile is a life-changing organization. It sure changed mine. And Operation Smile can help you change others' lives. So if you're with me, let's go make some smiles. Are there any questions? Yes.
Did it make the children who had it happier?
Did the surgeries help the children who had them happier? The surgeries definitely help the children live a happier life. Actually, before surgeries, it's harder to eat, and your mouth hurts whenever you do certain things. So definitely the surgeries help these children live happier lives. Definitely. Good question.
Do they know before they're born, the mothers and fathers, that their children are going to have this
This deformation.
deformation?
Do they know if the children are going to have this deformation before they're born? And actually, you can't tell until the child is born because it's a tissue.
Mm-hmm.
It's such a small deformation. Now, if it were a larger growth or something like that on the child in the inside, you'd be able to tell through scans. But actually, you can't. It's just a tissue deformation that doesn't show up on any sort of scan. Any other questions?
You said that this has affected you. Have you done something with Operation Smile, or do you plan to through university or yourself personally?
So he asked how this has affected me and if I've done anything through Operation Smile, and actually I have. One of my organizations that I'm a part of at Texas A&M College Station actually did a large fundraiser for Operation Smile, raising over $300,000 to provide over 10,000 surgeries for children in India and in the Middle East. So definitely it did. Any other questions? Thank you.